Hello everyone and welcome back to A Mile in My Stilettos. I'm Crystal and today I am going to be installing this lace front wig from the stylist. You guys, this wig is amazing. I got it from Sam's Beauty. It is a 13 by 6 HD lace frontal with a pre-plucked hairline, and it comes in brown HD lace or neutral HD lace. You guys, this thing is absolutely bomb. There's a 6-inch deep part. It comes with baby hairs already done for you. Look at that against my skin. Y'all, this is about to be bomb. And did I say HD lace? Because yes, HD lace, honey. It comes with 2 clips on the side for security, as well as 1 clip in the back. And as you can see, I'm showing you that clip there. And also it has that band on the inside so that you can tighten that. And now I'm just showing you the width of this 13 by 6. Oh, yes, y'all. Bye-bye T-part. Hello, 13 by 6. Let's get this girl on. I'm going to pull it forward for you guys. And one of the important things about this coming in this brown HD lace is because you can't, this is a blend. This isn't 100% human hair. This is a like blend hair, but you're not going to be able to bleach the knots because it is a blend. So that's the importance of that. And you see she has a length on her. I'm going to have all of the details for this unit in the description box, including where you can get it on Sam's Beauty. And her name is Tastee. Now you see I'm going in and I'm cutting the lace off of my wig. And I wanted to do this because 1, I always cut the lace off first. 2, I wanted you guys to see that you can definitely wear this wig without gluing it down, without doing a bald cap if you wanted. But today here, we will be doing a bald cap. We will be securing this unit down with glue. So I am going to go through that whole process step by step, detail by detail. Now, when you're cutting that lace, make sure you get as close to the edge as possible, but don't cut off your baby hairs. So again, I'm just pulling it forward, making sure I'm seeing the position that I want. Okay, you guys, so this is another day. And I'm in a hurry because I'm actually getting ready to go to one of my pre-birthday dinners and I need to do my hair. And so I need to do my whole hair. So that's what I'm about to do now. So let me hurry up. The first thing I'm actually going to do is get my Got To Be gel, and I am going to smooth down my hairline. And this not only smooths down my hairline, but the Got To Be is good because it's going to add a protective layer for once you start putting on that bald cap and everything. So you want to use some type of firm freezing type gel, even if it's not exactly Got To Be. And then I go ahead and I apply another layer of Got To Be. And again, these are just things that I personally do to make sure that I protect my edges. They just grew back in after a sew-in mishap, but that's okay. That's okay. Like I said, I go ahead, I put another layer on top so that I can get that nice and secure. And then from there, I go ahead and I blow dry that to get it dry. Then I get my Got To Be freeze blasting spray and I spray that on top. And you want to make sure you dry each layer in between what you're doing. Now I'm cutting a hole on the side of my ear so that I can put it around so that I make sure my cap is going to lay nice and flat. And you see me lifting up the cap. I know some people cut eye holes. I don't really be wanting to do that because sometimes it causes the runs, more additional runs in the pantyhose. So I just don't do that. I can see well enough and it's not going to be there long enough for me to have to cut all those holes. But so yeah. That's a preference. I am going ahead and I'm making sure that is dry. Listen, you guys, the key to a really good ball cap is 1, stretching the cap to make sure it's thin, and then 2, making sure that you have enough time to let the layers dry that you are putting onto your hair. So I'm cutting around that cap. I'm cutting around the back. I'm just cutting off all the excess cap. Now the cap is going to roll back when you are doing the cutting, and so you might want to make sure you leave a little extra space in front of your hairline when you are doing your cap, so that then you have space to allow for that rollback that is going to happen. Okay, and so I've allowed space for that rollback to happen, and I just keep cutting and cutting until I get that cap no longer rolling back. And you'll see me even pull up in a couple of places to make it go back a little more, just to get it close to my hairline, but not on my hairline, slightly in front of my hairline. You know, you got to make your hairline how you want your hairline. But the whole thing here is to make sure you cut back all the parts that are rolling back so it will lay as flat as possible. And then also to make sure that you're positioning your hairline where you want it, not too far forward. Sometimes I put it too far forward and my husband be like, girl, where did your forehead go? And I'll be like, oh, my forehead big. I thought I had room to play with. And he like, I like your big forehead. So I don't know. Anyways, I'm just here continuing to cut the cap. It can be a tedious process, but it's definitely going to be worth it in the end. So after I cut it off, you'll see me rub it with my fingers to see, okay, what's going on here? Is there more like flip up about to occur? And so I smooth it down after each cut to see what's really going on. How's it looking? How is my hairline going to be? And then I'm going to be transitioning into the next part. I have this glue, you guys. I got this glue from Amazon, and I like it even better, honestly, than the Ghost Bond glue that I have, if I'm being honest. I'm going to leave a link in the description box so you can know where to get this glue from. It dries so much quicker than that Ghost Bond glue and other glues that I've tried, and it works really well, but it's actually really, I think, safer and better for your skin. And if the glue does get on your hair, it's not gonna pull your hair out. Like, I love this glue. But anyways, continuing on, you see that I am just using this glue to smooth out the edges of the cap. And that's just to mold it down to my head. And so one of the things that you want to make sure you do when you're putting this glue onto the cap is you want to make sure it's being applied in thin layers, because if the layers are too thick when you're applying whatever type of glue that you have, or even if you're using the Got2b, it's going to take so much longer for that glue to dry. And you know that the glue is dry when it turns clear. And you can see my glue is already starting to turn clear and transparent. So just go ahead, make sure that you're applying that. Again, I love this glue. It came with a little applier stick that I use, and so that makes it easy for me to do that. I don't have to use a rat tail comb or something like that. But if you have a rat tail comb, that's something you can use if you don't have a glue that has an application stick. After that, I go ahead and I blow dry my hairline again, just to make sure that the glue is dry. And you want to make sure that you're paying attention to around your ears, because that part seems to take the longest to dry. After that, I get my Morphe translucent powder. You can use whatever powder you have that matches your skin tone, but you do want it to be a powder and not a liquid. And I apply that to my hairline and a little bit onto my cap, and this is just to really make sure you're creating that blended bald cap looking. This is what basically like seals the deal. Okay, you guys, has this video been helpful? Do me a favor and hit that like button, and if you can, hit the subscribe button too. It really helps me out. After that, I get my alcohol and I get a cotton ball, and then I go ahead and I wipe around the shiny parts of the hairline, basically just in front of the cap, because those are the places where the excess glue is, and so you want to make sure that you get that off. So use some alcohol just to quickly wipe around those edges and get that excess glue removed from in front of your hairline. So that's what you see me doing here. After that, I'm going and I'm taking my Morphe powder and I am also applying it to the actual wig itself. Now this is already a brown HD lace, which means it's made for my beautiful brown skin, and so I don't have to add too much, but I'm just adding a little to make sure that it's cohesive with the color that I've now put on my cap. And we are going to put this girl back on and see how she's looking, see if I need to add any more of that Morphe powder, see if she's good with the amount of powder that I have. Just really checking now to see the blend, the coloring that's going on. You want to make sure that you check this before you secure the unit to your hair. So again, that's what I'm doing now. I'm really just checking to see what the look is like. I'm brushing her out because, y'all, she look cute. How could I not? The next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to start pulling out and separating the pre-plucked baby hairs. You guys, one of the great things about this Tastee wig from Sam's Beauty is that she comes with pre-plucked baby hairs. You don't have to guess, am I plucking too much or too little or whatever? Am I going far enough back? None of that. She already has pre-plucked baby hairs that you are able to separate, pull apart, and so that's what I'm doing right now. I'm getting out those baby hairs because I am going to pin back the rest of the hair as I get ready to secure this lace down. So you want to make sure that you're taking your time to just make sure you get this part right. They pre-pluck these hairs, so make sure you lay them right. Don't mind my husband wondering why I'm taking so long and why I'm not ready yet for where we're supposed to be going. That's what he's asking me about in the background. So now I'm going to pull this wig back, and then I am going to go in and I am going to start placing the glue. Again, I'm making sure that when I am smoothing this glue out, I am doing it to make thin layers. It's all about the thin layers when you are applying the glue, the got to be, whatever it is that you're using to secure your unit, you want to be applying thin layers. So I'm smoothing it out to create those thin layers, and I'm actually creating this thin layer in front of my actual bald cap. It's just in front of it, not on top of it, but it is just in front of it. And again, that's to just make sure it's not right there at my hairline, because you know your girl values her hairline. Now you're going to go in and you're going to put in another layer of the glue. Depending on how secure you need your unit to be, I would say depends on how many layers you might really want to be putting on your hair. I get sweaty when I dance and do some other things, so I want to have 2 layers, but some people do go up to like 3 layers. So just depending on the quality of the glue as well as the activity, if you work out, you exercise, you swimming, all that kind of stuff, you may want to go ahead and spring for 3 layers, but I am going to be doing 2 layers today. And again, between each layer, you want to make sure that it gets completely dry, and you know it's completely dry when it gets completely clear, and that is with glue that you are using, or if you are using got to be, it's going to be the same thing. You want to let it get clear, and that is the indication that it is dry. And it's going to be tacky to the touch. It'll be sticky. Next, you want to go ahead and you want to pull that wig forward. Now, when you're pulling your wig forward, you want to make sure that you're being very careful not to let the thin baby hairs that you have pulled out and separated to get glued to the glue that you have placed. So that's why you see me taking my time pulling this unit forward. One of the biggest things about putting on a lace wig is actually just making sure you have the time it takes to do it right. So take your time when you're pulling this wig forward. You see I'm still making sure to pull out those baby hairs, making sure they're not getting stuck to the glue as I am pulling this wig forward, making sure I'm keeping everything clipped back in place where it needs to be. So take the time, do it right, don't rush, pull that wig forward in a way that your baby hairs don't get caught. Now, honestly, this next step is a little extra. I do it because I have this wig dealer spray, but if you don't have this spray, you definitely don't have to do this step. Now, the instructions for when you're using the wig dealer spray is to spray it section by section, piece by piece. So that's why you see me going small like this and close to the scalp, because I don't want it just getting all over the whole wig everywhere. So if you have this is a great point to use it. Because of the security that I look for with my wigs, I don't only use wig dealer spray, but I feel like it's a great addition to what glue I may be using. And then I go ahead and I tie it up. Make sure that when you're tying it up, your baby hairs are already separated to the front and the other hair is separated to the back. However you planning on wearing this wig, you want it laid right. I left my hair tied up for about 15 or 20 minutes, and now you see me just combing these baby hairs because they get a little stiff from the wig dealer spray. And then I go in and I add my got to be, because now I'm going to lay my edges, which that's just funny because I am not the master when it comes to laying edges, but I'm gonna do what I can for y'all here in this video. Now I'm going to secure the edges using some got to be spray, and that's just to make sure they stay in place. I done did all this work to try to get them there. I need to keep them there. So that's the way that I choose to secure mine. I don't know if you have other products on hand, go ahead. And then I tie up my hair once again with the edges that are now in place, and we are getting ready to see the finished look, you guys. So this is the finished look, you guys. I think that this wig is amazing, especially for it to be synthetic and only $39.99. Like, she's given length, she's given natural hairline vibes. Like, y'all, I couldn't be happier. This was my birthday hair. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and don't forget to subscribe. Peace out.